Now, what is the use of hybrid model? To get all the internal parameters of the BJT. Now, how that hybrid model is going to be invented? Just by considering out of 4, we have to consider 2 as a dependent and 2 independent parameters. Now, which are the dependent and which are the independent parameters? Okay, V1 and I2 are the independent parameters, and I1 and V2 is nothing but independent parameters. Okay, so that we will get the hybrid model. Okay, now see. So for these dependency of these two parameters, we will get 4 values: H11, H12, H21, and H22. In the last lecture, we have already seen that. Okay, so to find out the value of H11, what we have to do? We have to make V2 0. Okay, once we make the V2 0, we will get the value of H11 as V1 upon I1. Okay, now see, V upon I is nothing but what? It is nothing but resistance. Who tell us that? Ohms tell us. Okay, but as in the transistor, we are using reactive components as well as resistive components. Okay, see, whatever the diagram we are having, that is a single stage common emitter amplifier. Okay, is there only resistive component? No, there is a capacitor also. Okay, so what is capacitor? It is a reactive component. Okay, so whenever we are calculating the resistance for the reactive components, we call, instead of calling it as a simple resistance, we call it as a impedance. Okay, so see here, and that's why H11 is called as a input impedance. Why input? H11 is nothing but the V1 upon I1, voltage for first terminal as well as current for the first terminal. First terminal is nothing but our input terminal. So it is an input. Why impedance? Because we are having the reactive components in the circuit. Okay, that's why instead of using input resistance, which term we are using here? Input impedance. Okay, next H12. So to calculate the value of H12, what we have to do? We have to make H, that is I1 as a 0. See here in this equation 1. If we put I1 as a 0, what we'll get? V1 is equal to H12 into V2. So what is H12? It is a ratio of voltage V1 upon V2. So as it is a ratio, it is a means what we can say unitless. As C, V1 is in the volt, V2 is in the volt. Volt get cancelled, and that's why H12 is a unitless quantity. So it is a gain. Okay, but what is the exact definition of gain? Output upon input. So H12 is not V2 upon V1, it is a V1 upon V2. So we call it as a inverse or reverse gain. Okay, next H21, see here H21 again, it is a ratio of same quantity current I2 upon I1 when V2 is 0. So again H21 is nothing but the gain, but gain of what? Gain of current. Okay, and last parameter is H22. So see here H22 is nothing but I2 upon V2. Now Ohm tell us that R is nothing but V upon I, but here we are not having V upon I, we are having I upon V. So if V upon I is a resistance, we call I upon V as a conductance, and that's why, and it is the term related to 2 means output terminal. So we call it as a output conductance. But again, there is a reactive component. So instead of conductance, we are using the word admittance. So we are getting 4 H parameters over here: H11, H12, H21, and H22. Okay. H11 is what? It is the input impedance. What is the unit? It is the ohm. Then H12, it is a reverse voltage gain. Okay. Now again, as it is a gain or it is a ratio of same quantity, it is a unitless. Third H21, again it is a forward current gain or forward current ratio, we call it as. Again it is, as it is a ratio of same quantity, it is a unitless. Okay, and H22, it is a I upon V, which is nothing but conductance, and the gain of the conductance is Mahu, MHO. Okay, it is a 1 upon Ohm. Okay, so what is the symbol of Mahu? See, here is the symbol of Ohm. So what is the symbol of Mahu? This is the symbol of Mahu, which is equal to 1 upon Ohm. Is it? Now, as it is a opposite of impedance, it is called as a admittance, and it is related to 2 means what? It is related to output. That's why it is called as a output admittance. Okay, so these are the 4 parameters we are getting by treating two components dependent, two components independent. Okay, up to this we have already covered in the last lecture. Now see, for the today's lecture we have to find out the hybrid equivalent circuit. Okay, why we need to find out the circuit? Once we get the circuit, then and then only we can find out the values of voltage or current or the different parts of resistance. So we have to derive the circuit. Now see, in the two-port network, what happened? In the two-port, we are having two ports. Now, two ports means what? One is the input port, one is the output port. See, this is the input port, this is the output port. Is it? Now, for the input port, we are having again two components, voltage, input current. Similarly, for the output, we are again having two points, output voltage and output current. Okay, so we are having input terminal, we are having output terminal. Now, to find out the equivalent circuit, what we have to do? We have to first wait, I will share this again. Some message is going to show over here. Okay. So to find out the equivalent circuit, we have to find out the equivalent circuit for input and we have to find out the equivalent circuit for output. Why is it so? Because now our transistor we can define in terms of two-port network. Okay, so we have to find out the hybrid input equivalent circuit for the input side and hybrid output equivalent circuit for the output side. Now tell me, out of these equation, which equation is for input and which equation is for output? Now tell me, it is equation 1, it is equation 2. Now tell me, which is for input and which is for output? V1 is the term related to input or output?
Input.
Yes.
Input.
Why input? Why it is related to input? It is right, it is related to input, but why?
V1 is the applied voltage.
Okay, V1 is applied voltage, or we can say one terminal or one suffix is there. One is related to the input side. Now tell me, I2 is related to what? It is related to input or output?
Output.
Output. Very
Output.
good. Why? There is a 2. Okay, suffix 2 indicates that it is a output terminal. Okay, now as we have to find out the input equivalent circuit, we have to only concentrate on V1. So see here, what is the value of input equation? That is V1 is equal to H11 I1 plus H12 V2. Okay, now see, we have to write its equation. V1 is applied voltage, V1 is applied voltage, that's why we are applying here V1. Now H11 is what we have already seen. H1 is nothing but input impedance. Impedance is same as a resistance. So how you can show the impedance? Like symbol of resistance. So see here, here is a symbol of resistance, we call it as a H11. Okay, now tell me, it is a V2. V2 is nothing but what? It is a voltage source, but now this is a what? This is a dependent voltage source. Okay, now see, this term is related to the dependent voltage source. Okay, that's why we call it as a plus minus H12 V2. Okay, so this is the equivalent circuit for the input. Now similarly, we can find out the equivalent circuit for the output. Now first, what is the output equation? Here is I2, which is equal to H21 I1 plus H22 V2. Okay, now see here, H21 I1 is there. Okay, so I2 is nothing but the current. That's why we are showing here the current. Here is our output voltage. Here is our output current. Okay. Now see here H21 I1. H21 is what? It is a current gain. Okay. So we have to multiply it with H21 I1. So we can show it is a current voltage. Sorry, dependent current source. Okay, why it is a dependent current source? Because whatever the value of I2 is there, it depends on this value. Na? Yes, it depends on the value of H21 I1. Means to find out the output parameters, that output parameter is depend on what? It depends upon input current. What is input current? It is I1. Means what? In short, we can say I2 is going to depend on what? It depends upon I1. And see here, whenever there is a independent sources, they are going to be shown like this. If it is a voltage source, we can show like this. If it is a current source, we can show like this with circle. But when it is for independent, but when we are going to study the dependent source, we are always showing that with respect to diamond shape. Yes, if it is a current, we have to show the direction of current. If it is a dependent voltage source, we have to show it with plus and minus sign. Okay, that is the standard notification or standard rules we have to follow in the circuits and network to represent the source. Now see, I2 is what? I2 is not independent source. It is a depend on what? It depends upon I1. Okay, it depends upon V2. Means what? We have to show the value with respect to dependent source, and that's why we have shown you this value over the diamond. As it is a current, so it is, we have to show it with arrow. Okay, now what is H22? Again, it is admittance. Okay, so admittance is same as a 1 upon resistance, but what is the symbol to show the admittance? It is same as that of the resistance, and that's why we are showing here the resistance. Now there is a standard rule over here. See, what is the rule? Whenever we want to show any current source, then the resistance is always in the parallel. Whenever we want to show the voltage source, resistance is always in the series. Okay, now so there are 4 type of representation for all these H parameters. H11 itself represented as HI. H12 itself is represented as HR as it is a reverse voltage gain. H21 itself represent as HF as it is a forward current gain. And H22 itself represented as HO, that is output conductance. Okay. So in the equivalent circuit, we have to, instead of using here H11, what we have to use? HI. Instead of using H12, we have to use HR. Instead of using H21, we have to use HF. And instead of using H22, we have to use HO. So this is the hybrid equivalent circuit diagram. Now, why we will get this diagram? Because in this diagram, some of the parameters are dependent, some of the parameters are independent. So whatever the dependent parameters are there, for the input, we are having voltage as a dependent parameter. Okay, that's why here is a voltage source. And for the output, we are having I2 as a dependent parameter. So we are having here current source. Okay, and these, as we know that for the voltage source, resistance should be in the series. For this current source, resistance should be in the parallel. And that's why we'll get this hybrid equivalent circuit. Everyone understood this? Yes or no? Hello? Is there any doubt? Hello?
No, ma'am.
Everyone understood? Okay. Now, the next point is H parameters for common emitter, common base, common collector configuration. Again, we know that what transistor is having different configuration. Different means 3 configuration. Which are these? Common emitter, common base, and common collector. So for every configuration, we are having 4 parameters. Okay, just representation is different. Now see, which are the 4 parameters we are having? H11, H12, H21, and H22. Okay, what is H11? It is V1 upon I1 when V2 is 0. What is H12? It is V1 upon V2 when I1 is 0. What is H21? It is nothing but I2 upon I1 when V2 is 0. And what is H22? It is I2 upon V2 when I1 is 0. Now, the same parameter can be represented as HI, HR, HF, and HO. Okay, if this HI we are going to define for common emitter, we represented it as a HIE. This E indicates that it is for common emitter. Now, similarly, if we are going to find out HI for common base, then we are going to represent it as HIB. Okay, if we are defining that parameter for common collector, then we call it as a HIC. Is it? Now, next HR, if we are going to find out this for common emitter, we are going to represent it with HRE. If we are going to find out it for base, we call it as a HRB. If we are going to find out it for collector, we call it as a HRC. Okay. Now, same if HF parameter, which is nothing but H21 parameter. If we are going to define it for common emitter, we are going to represent it as HFE. For common base, HFB, and for common collector, it is HFC. So whenever I am going to pronounce it as HFC, what you will understand? It is a HF parameter for common collector. If I am going to pronounce it as a HRE, what is going to understand? It is a HR parameter for common emitter. Okay. Now last HO. If I'm going to represent this HO or H22 parameter for common emitter, we represented it as a HOE. Okay, for common base, HOB, not F, it is HOB, and for common collector, it is HOC. Okay, so the same, only we are having 4 parameters, but which terminal is common, according to that we are going to just change its representation. If it is a common emitter, HIE. If it is a common base, HIB. If it is a common collector, it is a HIC. Okay, so first thing you have to know what is HI. HI is H11. What is H11? V1 upon I1 when V2 is 0. What is HR? HR is nothing but the reverse voltage gain. So we call it as a H12 or V1 upon V2. What is HF? It is a forward current gain. Okay, so it is I2 upon I1. For common base, it is HFB. Now what is HO? HO is H22. It is nothing but I2 upon V2 when I1 is 0. What is the HO for common base? It is HOE, not HOF. Okay, you have to correct it. So it is HOB. Okay. So these are the representation of hybrid parameters. Now again, you have to draw the equivalent circuit for all the 3 components. Now see, hybrid equivalent circuit for common emitter. Now it is very easy part. Now first draw the part of common emitter. How you can find out the common emitter? See, emitter terminal is common for input and output. Okay. Now see, here is a VB. Yes, for input is applied to the base. Why? Emitter is common, so input is applied towards the base, output is going to be collected at collector. Okay, so VB is the input voltage, IB is the input current. Okay, similarly VC is the output voltage, IC is the output current. Now see here, direction of IC is like that. Why? Because input and output is to be treated as a separate terminal. We are going to treat transistor as a 2-port. Two-port means input terminal and output terminal. So we are connecting the voltage source separately at the output and separately at the input. So if we are connecting the source over here, what is the direction? It is towards the transistor. If we are connecting one source here, what is the direction? It is towards the transistor, and that's why we are going to show the direction of IC like this. Okay, so we have to find out the equivalent circuit for this common emitter. Now see, tell me what is V1? What is V1? So we have to find out these 4 parameters, that is I1, V2 and I2. Now tell me what is V1 in our case of common emitter?
VB.
Very good, it is VBE. What is I1?
IB.
Here is a IB. These are the 2 input parameters. Okay. Now tell me what is V2?
VC.
It is VCE. And what is I2?
AC.
Okay, it is a IC. Now tell me the relation for V1 now. We are having one relation. V1 is equal to H11 I1 plus H12 I2. Now replace these values with these values, H12 I2. Okay. So what is the value of V1? It is a VBE. Yes, so I have to write it as a VBE is equal to H11 as it is, or we can replace it with H11 is nothing but our HI. Okay, HI, but it is for the common emitter. So here is a HIE. What is I1? What is I1? Here is a IB. So HIE into IB. Okay, plus. Now tell me what is H12? What is H12? H12 is a voltage gain, but it is a reverse. So we call it as a HR. Now what is, as it is for common emitter, instead of HR, we call it as a HRE. And what is I2? What is I2? It is nothing but IC. It is nothing but IC. Okay, so this is the equation for input. Similarly, we can write the equation for output. That is I2 is equal to H21 I1 plus, here I will write over here so that you will get the correct idea. So see here, I2 is equal to H21 I1 plus H22 V2. H22 V2. Instead of I2, what we have to write here? V2, no? So what is the V2? VCE, not IC. Here is a VCE. Now tell me, what is the value of I2 in our case? What is the value of I2?
IC.
IC. H21 is nothing but what? Forward current gain. So here is a HF. As it is for common emitter, HF or HFE?
HFE.
HFE. What is the value of I1?
IB.
IB. Very
IB.
good. Plus, what is H22? It is a output impedance. So here is a HO. As it is for common emitter, HOE. Plus, what is V2? VCE. Okay, so this is the equation for input. This is the equation for output. Okay, now we have to see whether we have written correctly or not. So see here, V1 is equal to, see here, V1 is equal to H11 I1 plus H12 V2. What is V1? VB. So VB is equal to H11 is nothing but the HIE. Okay. See here, HIE into IB plus HRE into VCE. Now what is I2? See here, what is I2? H21 I1 plus H22 V2. But I2 is nothing but what in our case? IC. So IC is equal to H21 is HFE. I1 is nothing but the IB plus H22 is HOE. See here, HOE we have already written into VCE. Okay. So this is the input and output equation for common emitter. Okay, similarly, can you tell me the for common base and common collector? Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes. So see here, as it is for common emitter. So for common base, you have to first find out the diagram for the common base. Okay, so see here. Okay. Once we write the equation, we have to also mention HIE, HRE, HFE, and HOE value. Here is the VB upon IB, VB upon IC, IC upon IB, and IC upon VC. And so we have to write its equivalent format. Okay. So for common base, we have to draw the diagram for common base. Then we have to define what is V1, what is I1, what is V2, what is I2. So once we return that input and output parameters, we have to write the hybrid equation. V1 is equal to H11 I1 plus H12 V2. Then we have to replace these terms with the defined parameters. Okay. Similarly, for I2, we have to write the equation, then define that parameters with these parameters. I2 is nothing but what? I2 is in case is nothing but IC. H2 is nothing but the HF, as it is for common base HFE into I1 is nothing but IE plus HOB into VBC. Okay, so you have written here you will get the value for input, here you get the value of output. So we have to write its equivalent format. So see here, I1, this is the input equivalent circuit, this is the output equivalent circuit. So what is the VIB? It is a VB upon IE. How to find out this? See, for finding out the HIB, what is we have to make VBC 0. So what is HIB? It is a VB upon IE. So see here, VB upon IE when VBC is equal to 0. Similarly, HRB is VB upon VBC when IE is equal to 0. Similarly, HFB, it is IC upon IE when VBC is 0, and HOB is IC upon VBC when IE is equal to 0. So here you will get the equivalent circuit for common base. Same case for the common collector. Say, see, we have to make collector common over here. Same diagram as common emitter, but only we have to make emitter at the upper side, collector on the lower side. So it is a common collector. So what is V1, I1, V2, V2, I2, we have to define that one. Then we have to put that value into the hybrid equation V1 and I2. Once we get that equation, what is H11 or HIC? It is a VBC upon IB. Okay. For the MCQ, this part is very, very important, as it is a very simple part, but we have to define it for the 3 configuration, and that's why it is quite complicated. So just you have to revise that one. In today's homework, what we have to do, you have to write the diagram and we have to write all the equations for these 3 configuration or the parameters for this 3 configuration. Okay, so once you get written, you will get it clear. So these are the hybrid equivalent circuit for all the 3 components: common emitter, common base, and common collector. In the next lecture, we are going to see the determination of different exact parameters. Now see,